I think it's back to the Stranglers now.
Yeah.
This is one I have to say I'd never heard of. So you'll have to tell us about this one. I will join with you as you go through. I found it a bit strange to my taste, but I won't piss on your chips. I'll let you go ahead and do whatever you want to with this. So, A Time to Die, and as I said, I've never heard it. So, let's go, Rob.
Well, all Leeds fans know that 1992 was a good year, and this is when the album came out as well. Hugh Cowell had left the band by then. I think he left in 1990. And yeah, the replacement singer was a guy called Paul Roberts, who was a great singer, great frontman, not particularly everybody's favourite as a Strangler, but that's irrespective of that. This is a good track for me. It's one of the signs that Stranglers I'd say for some of the tracks they are better played live, and this is certainly one of them. This is still often played in the set, and it's a fan's favourite as well, almost anthemic. And it's just a great track. There's nothing deep or profound about it as far as I'm aware. I think it's just it showed that the Stranglers, without Carwell, still had a good future, strong future ahead of them. Nevertheless, they were always caught in controversy and band arguments and things like that, band changes, which obviously the Fall know more than most about. But yeah, it's a great track. I think it's just a great track. It's the guitar is almost like an old Western, Ennio Morricone sort of music, down, down, down. But it's just a great track, and A Time to Die, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's inspired by Blade Runner.
Is it?
Yeah, A Time to Die.
So it's a bit Ultravox into this video, Rob. It's a bit arty-farty for me, but anyway, go on. I found it very impressive, but tell us, Time to Die.
I don't think that video is officially a Stranglers video.
I never said it was.
Well, it might be Ultravox's. I don't bloody know. Yeah, it's a good song. It's very anthemic, if that's the right description, and it's a departure really from the band's normal output. Hugh Cowell had left by then. He left in 1990 to pursue his solo career, possibly to go into acting as well. But as great an artist he still is, I do think it was a regrettable decision on his part. But that's life. So,
can I just ask Rob, yeah. As I understand it, did John Ellis from the Vibrators come in at that stage for him?
Yes, he did. He'd been sort of covering Hugh in gigs anyway, because Hugh, I don't think he was struggling. I think it just helped the band, really. I think it just helped them perform better. So Ellis was lead guitar for a lot of stuff in the later tours, but then Hugh left. So Ellis stayed on, and they got a new singer in, Paul Roberts, who was
Was he the singer? Was he? Because I'd
yeah,
never heard of him. I knew about John Ellis, but go on, carry
yeah.
on. Go on.
It's not Paul
We're
Roberts
into it.
singing "Time to Die" though.
No,
That's as far as I'm aware, it's JJ. That's another thing about Stranglers' history. I often got mixed up with who was singing it, and they produced their own magazine called Strangled from probably late 70s, and one of the features in their regular articles was the list of songs and who was singing them. And I think I'm not the only one who sometimes couldn't determine who was singing JJ or Hugh, or even at times Dave Greenfield, who was a fantastic singer. But you don't really hear him much on Stranglers tracks. But when you do, he is superb. But yeah, A Time to Die, it's a great sort of almost a comeback, I think, from 2 years in the wilderness almost. But it's also a track that stands out even now, especially live. And it's I'd say it's a fan's favourite, which is quite a comment, really, considering that they were going through bleak times after Cornwell left. So
bit of a Peter Cook guitar, isn't it? Ba-dow.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
I don't like it.
Stop getting so defensive. There he goes. His defensive look. Hey, the echo's gone as well, by the way. And
the fans don't know about the echo, Rob. Carry on through it.
What echo? Echo.
Exactly. Who answered it?
It. Right. Yes. So it's a great track, and it still stands a test of time, and it's one of my favourites. But it's. I wouldn't say if I had to, if I had to write down my top 5 or 10 Stranglers songs, Time to Die is not in it, but it's certainly one of my favourites.
What's it doing here, though? Because
I've said all along, this is not my favourite 5. It's impossible to choose.
Good point.
It's impossible to choose, as you well know.
I do indeed.
But this is great, and I wanted to span the years of the Stranglers' lifetime, really. And this is a great example. The 90s were quite bleak in a way, and the fans and the band themselves, but Burnell always admits this, have a lot to thank Paul Roberts for. He got quite a lot of stick because he's quite an extrovert, flamboyant lead singer, lead vocalist, unlike Cornwell, unlike Burnell, but he filled the part in really well, and he's got a good voice. Great voice.
The style go down? Because I'm just wondering, I'm guessing they'd lost some fans, they'd picked up new ones, etc. Many would stay loyal. What's your reading of what it was like going through those periods? Yeah,
I think that's a good point. I think they will have lost quite a lot, but they probably lost a fair few in the late 80s anyway, because their output was different, to say the least. And not
patchy
everybody.
Is the word, is it?
Pardon? Patchy.
Is the word patchy? Apache?
Yeah, that's Shadows. Shadows. Yes, no, it's true. You're right. Because they very much mellowed in certain songs and albums, and they introduced a brass trio in about the mid '80s, I think it was, which didn't go down too well with everybody. In fact, the brass got plenty of stick, and probably plenty of brass thrown at them as well in gigs. Nevertheless, it was a departure. It was a new sound for them, and I think Cornwell really wanted to try and expand and take them to different places, and I don't think it really worked. And I think that the softer they got, the less popular they became. So a few albums like Oral Sculpture and Feline.
I like that. I like Oral Sculpture.
Every single album Stranglers have done has got some great merit, but less of it, I'd say.
Okay to move on, Rob?
Yes, it is.
So talking about departures,
I'm off.
No, not you, you div. So this is the Fall. So, quite a long time after its previous incarnation, not its previous incarnation, but the sound had changed. This is about a decade after the heyday with Bricks.
Yeah.
Bit of a strange one around this. I actually loved it when it came out at the time. I'm not sure how well it's gone, but let's go. So
I don't know this.
No, I'm guessing you might not. So I remember this being on Peel. I think it was like he was still alive at that time. So Dr. Buck's Letter from the Unutterable.
girlfriend. Mocked him and treated him with rudeness. And though I tried to make amends, till I miss you and walk a dark corridor. Woke up one morning, Dr. Buck's letter. Of my own making, I walk a dark corridor of my heart. Hoping one day a door will be ajar. At least so we can recompense our betrayal of our hard-won friendship in vulgar and arrogant abeyance to what was untrue and beneath our parlance. I opened the envelope. Dr. Buck's letter. Well,
Just cut that short, Rob. Yeah, wish I could cut it short. Just cut it short, Rob, because not everyone's taste. I know I really love The Fall, addictive everything. A bit of a departure. It's just really interesting in terms of, come dance to that, could you? No way. Not the
Yeah.
whole stuff you could dance. Yes. Go on
Yes,
then. I'm waiting.
Oh, you're out playing it now, are you?
Oh, I sit. Shall I put it back on? No, I won't.
I was dancing inside.
Metaphorically.
I like that. I think I'm pretty sure I've seen it played live. Pretty sure.
No, so they started talking about this Pete Tong of the S's of Tong, and they talk about, going out with a cassette recorder in your pocket and a mobile phone. It was just bizarre. It was just bizarre as a switch from what had happened before. I have to say, I really loved it. That album, really loved it. It was a bit, not really a comeback, but it was after a while, and it changed. And it's this thing with Mark Smith. I think just absolutely unique. Just absolutely unique. Who else in the right mind and do something like that? And he didn't give a fuck. Absolutely not.
He was a great leader.
A great leader. I think we could have done a Bizarre Club in the 80s, couldn't we? 80s, 90s.
Well, I mentioned that when Cornwell left, I actually was voicing hopes that Marquis Smith might become the Strangler. I swear. It's just his delivery, you see. His delivery. Obviously, it couldn't work now, but it's 35 years ago, mate.
Rob, last
Yes.
track. White Stallion. Never heard of it. But here we go.
Scores of simply said
Yes, White Stallion. It's on their latest album, which is a superb album and one of the best this century by any band, I dare say, personally. And the Stranglers now, it's 4 years old, that record. I can't believe it. We unfortunately lost two of the original lineup in recent years. Dave Greenfield, keyboard genius, he died during, COVID lockdown, I think it was, 2020. And Jet Black died not too long after, really. Jet was the mainstay of the band, probably the creator and founder member, along with Hugh, but I think it was Jet on drums. Superb drummer as well. So replaced by Jim on drums and Toby Houseman on keyboards. And what a lineup it is as well. All great musicians in their own right. And this album, I think, genuinely proves that they've all got a lot of writing skills between them as well. I love one of the things I've always loved about Stranglers, and I know they're not the only band that done it. They always share writing credits, always have done, and always do, and I love that. And this track, it's a typical JJ track in a way because he's singing it and he's probably written it, I believe, and it's about European politics, but which is something dear to his heart. Obviously, being a Frenchman anyway. But the thing is, European politics isn't just Europe now; it's bloody world politics, and he's often come out with some great sense and some great, unfortunately, predictions of where the world's going. And I think this song proves that as well. If you listen to the lyrics, it's a lot of subtext. And I'll be honest with you, Dave, I'm not a particularly strong lyrical observer. I just love a tune. If I love a tune, I love the tune. The lyrics is something almost like just a coincidence.
What
almost.
I did notice, Rob, when I was trying to go through and get a decent track to just copy, it seemed to be like one of their anthems or one of their staple darts on some of the later live gigs. There were loads of them. Couldn't get a normal video. It was all just live stuff, and it was it was very impressive. Go on.
Well, they are a fantastic band live, Dave, and I think. I saw The Fall when they were great. I also saw The Fall when they probably had lesser quality gigs in his later days. But I didn't give a fuck, to be honest with you.
That's right.
I'm praising Mark E. Smith there. I just loved him. I really did. I know you absolutely worshipped him. But I was a big admirer, and I'm still a massive admirer of the Stranglers. Baz Warne probably almost reinvigorated the band after a few more years of sort of decent stuff. They're always brilliant live, Stranglers, but their output on vinyl or recordings not so great at times. Maybe hit and miss, but like I said earlier on, every album's got great credit.
I suppose also, Rob, a bit of common between them: longevity, refusal to compromise. So I think there's it's the type of. Well, it tells us a bit about us, doesn't it? In terms of our attitude on the world. So,
it's just a coincidence I chose that track, and it's JJ singing on it, and JJ's vocals were always my favourite. I mean, I love Hugh Carwell as a sort of lead guitarist and frontman, really, and now the frontman's Baz as well as lead guitarist. But JJ's vocals. He's a better singer now than he was. He probably would dispute that, I think, but I love his voice, and I think that's a great thing. People slag off the Stranglers saying it's a fucking tribute band. Well, fuck off. It's not a tribute band. There's not much we can do when two of them died.
To themselves, fuck off.
Fuck off. JJ proves it. He's still he's a founder member, and it's quite weird. The Stranglers have always had almost like two frontmen, and they still have got two frontmen. And Baz is a fucking brilliant frontman and a brilliant bloke.
Well, you know better than me, but I have to say,
Sunderland fan.
You told me before. You know that better than me, but I have to say, I used to love Hugh Cornwell. I used to love the early stuff. I think I told you before my first experience. I think it was hanging around in a London pub on the old Grey Whistle test. Fantastic. Really got me into it, but another day. Okay, if we move on to my last, Rob.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
So, let's just share this. So, I think this is actually, I really struggled to come up with which one I wanted to do with this, but I came up with in the end this one, which is New Big Prince by the Paul, St. Paul's, but it was also they did something similar lyrics not so long before. There was Hip Priest, and then they did this one, which is a more up tempo. I used to love Hip Priest because I like all that atmospheric. Sorry to go on a bit, but I like the atmospheric, but this is like big bounce and attack, and I do absolutely love it. And again, Prime Fall. So you've got their Bricks, you've got the absolute lineup with Steve Hanley, Craig Scanlon. I love this one, just love this one. So say no more. Sorry, I'm going to have to leave it. I'm going to have to leave it because I play it all night. Really bizarre. So this is Royal Ballet Dancer, Michael Clark. They did this show. This when they did the. Can't remember. It was called I Am Curious Orange. They did this on. It was either the Whistle Test or he's off his head. Honestly, off his head. But I just love this. I just love this song. I'm not going to say anything about it. Rob, reaction.
Yeah, superb. The backbeat, obviously brilliant drumming, and the bass line, and it's a riff, and it's got Marquis Smith on superb vocals. It's just typical Marquis Smith original, and just superb, yeah. So I can't think of any other words, really. I really enjoyed it. I saw them as well with the ballet dancer on stage.
The ballet dancer.
Well, that's what it was, wasn't it?
I'm fully aware of that, but it's like you tell people. You
didn't know where to look either.
Ballet dancer on stage. Oh, really?
Well, you're wearing a tights, weren't you, mate?
It was a ballet dancer the same for the Royal Ballet, but
I know what I didn't want to look, so I didn't.
So Rob, we had a few technical issues, but the fans probably don't see that. Fans, I say we say that.
Fans.
But in terms of this, have you enjoyed that? I enjoyed the prep.
I have, mate. Thank you. It's always a pleasure, and it's even great. It's even greater if people are listening and enjoying it as well. So it's fantastic talking about two brilliant bands.
Yep, absolutely. And we have got some others, Rob. So I think we think about maybe doing another one about different bands. So really interested. If you want to comment, I don't know why I pointed down there. I don't want to do this. It might as well be up there. But if you're interested, you want to tell us what you want to, what you thought of us, really do tell us. We're just trying to work out what we do with the close season while we wait for these millions to be spent. But Rob, sum up for the night and then just give people the app. Oh, let's do this. No, let's not do that.
I'll tell you what, I want to congratulate David Becker on getting his knighthood, the fucking obsequious wanker.
Was that ironic?
All the best, everybody. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Leeds are falling apart again.
Yeah, fuck off, Beckham, sir.
Good night, everybody. No, you pronounce it like this. It's a C. It's Sir with a C. Good night, everybody. Good night.